think we're playing witches again. Hey everybody, hopefully we're back. And hopefully some of you find us again. Anyhow, my internet crashed there, and that was unfortunate. I had to take a couple bids from my phone, and it looks like everything got rebooted now. So I think we're back up and going. But yeah. We did wind up picking witches. Cultists do go down here. So all sorts of lovely uncertainties. Starting here is basically saying, please, dear God, cultists start here, which hopefully they will, but who knows. I guess if cultists don't start here, chaos will be in the center. I think this is still a hex we have to start on. There's maybe an argument for starting here, though. This really might discourage mermaids away from things, and mermaids aren't likely to beat us to this hex, but then we don't necessarily have neighbors, and starting here and here sounds obnoxious. Yeah, I didn't fully have this planned out because I kind of had to think, but I think we paid an okay price for witches. I just don't totally know where to start. I mean, double center is pretty classic and probably works here. Yeah, sure. Getting beat to this hex is gonna suck. That's all I have to say on that front. Mermaids does go over here. This is a huge break for us. Why do mermaids always do this, everybody? Can anybody explain this to me? I think this is just a mistake, but it's a glorious mistake for us because all of this territory is now just ours. The only downside, as usual, it means mermaids are going to take this hex from us probably, but honestly, I don't really care because I can just live over here now and that's fine. I think this is just so wrong for, like, you get a neighbor's mermaids, so, like, I get that, but the real reason I think mermaids shouldn't start here is simply because if you start here, you're always digging this hex, and now this is just 2 away. So you're gonna get to this hex. So, like, this blue gets you essentially nothing. It maybe gets you over here, but with, you know, me in the game, I reasonably beat mermaids to this hex a lot of the time anyhow. Plus, if mermaids just dig this, they can get here pretty quickly too. And starting over somewhere in this stretch gets you access to all of these blues that now they just don't have access to. Like, I don't get starting here as mermaids very often, but I think it's wrong here, but whatever. Chaos starts in the south, so that's the only other interesting thing about mermaids going here. Yeah, I suppose that's okay for chaos. This is where we could take the big building tile and go for the stronghold opening, but I think that's wrong when we can just have a free spade. So we take the spade and don't look back. I still don't know 100% what I'm going to do with the opening, but it looks like I probably just open temple and a dwelling, and I accept that I'm just not building a temple this round, and that's okay. But I'll have to think about it. Lost connection for a minute. I lost connection for a minute. That was my bad. But looks like I won the auction. Wasn't expecting so many more bids. And that's god awful for mermaids and slightly annoying for me. Yeah, these placements seem good for me, but I'm not getting any power. Yeah, so the downside is cultist maybe does upgrade down here instead of next to us. Mermaids eventually is going to take this hex, but they don't have to rush for it. So yeah, our early power situation looks a bit rough. Usually there's plenty of action in the center, but there might not be this game, so we'll see. And it does wind up going priest to mermaids and big building there. The only real reason to rush our stronghold is to take this hex, but mermaids probably are going for double dig, although cultist might get it, and cultist does upgrade down here, so it does look like the leech party's happening here and we're being left out of it, which is a bummer. I guess this is the other reason to start here as mermaids. You get a bit more leech, but if you just start here, chaos has to start next to you and you still get the leech party. And if you start here as cultist, I also think you're just better off, but whatever. I can't obviously tell everybody how to play the game as much as I want to, so I think we just upgrade here and then we just spade here and we just trot along with our life and see where it leads us. I think that's okay. It could be here. If we're gonna build a temple, I guess it goes here, right? This might also get a little more leech because cultists are more likely to come up around here early on. I think I am just gonna open temple, and then I might just build a stronghold later. I might just not build a stronghold this game too. Like a stronghold doesn't do me much if mermaids are just gonna take this hex. And there's no temp shipping in the game. Yeah. I'm gonna just want to advance ship once, and then I can advance ship the rest of the day later. Yeah, I might not actually build a stronghold, huh? So yeah, let's just go here. I don't think there's a lot of reason to need the stronghold. Like normally this map, the stronghold is so good, but it's partly because it lets you fly over here and then over here and stuff. And I unfortunately am not going to get any of these hexes this game because mermaids are going to cut us off. But if we just get temp shipping, or not, there's no temp shipping, sorry. But if we just advance ship once, we have access to this hex, this hex, this hex, which really like kickballs our worker economy. That'll give us some good options from there. We have a chance to beat Chaos to this hex long term. Chaos might be inclined to take this on us though, so we'll see. But it looks like everybody else is rushing Earth 1, which isn't shocking, but I don't know how scared of that I am either. Mermaids actually has the big decision here if they want Earth 1 or they want Double Dig. If they don't take Double Dig, cultists are going to get Double Dig. So that'll be interesting, but they might want a sanctuary town in the center, so maybe they do upgrade E8. We're talking about cultists or mermaids. I don't know. I mean, the upshot for us is that I think mermaids might go for a second temple next round. Cultists might go for a second temple next round, and so we'll get lots of leech soon. It's just not immediate. They do all rush Earth 1, so that's a bit of a shame since we got no power. We can't like threaten Double Dig or anything, but I'll just take my spade now then and take this hex. Because we're not getting Earth 1, which we didn't really expect to anyhow. I'm pretty happy taking Fire 1 here. As we said, there's not a lot of coins in this game, and we can just go for economy and be content. Yeah, I don't care too bad. I think I don't think I'm going for a second temple next round either now. I think the main game plan for us is just play economy and see where it takes us. Like, there's enough economy on the past tiles. We probably can get to a water 1 unless everybody rushes water 1 next round. But if they all rush water 1, I think their economies are really hurt too, so whatever. And so I think the main goal is to just build a temple. Next round we advance ship and we build here, here, here. And we get that strong worker economy going so that we can justify just hard digging most of the game and we can save all of our power. Hopefully we use our early power on just taking coins in a coin tight game, even if we have Fire 1, and that way we don't have to waste power on dig actions very much. And we can hopefully just play that game. There's no need to delay our towns this game, so the other upshot is we can kind of build our trading posts when we need to for our towns. One town is going to be right here, is going to be the goal. Another town is going to require a bridge and go through here. And then we're going to also try to town right through here. And we're assuming cultists are smart enough to ship this game and come to us. Cultists are going to double dig the center. I've seen cultists do this, and it's so bad. But I love that they're doing it. The reason it's so bad is that they could have 2 hexes, but they instead choose to take 1. And so I've made this argument a ton of times on this map, but the way that you expand as cultists on this map has to be through shipping and leveraging all these easy to reach hexes. I don't even hate if they at least take double dig here, because double dig is good, but you gotta take 2 hexes. You can't do this. But they did, and to be fair, I never really wanted this hex. Now, admittedly, this center town was an option, but because of where we're starting, I think it's better for us to go for a town here, and a town here. So honestly, it's great. We got power. We might just get tons of power next round as Cultist maybe tries to build a second dwelling here or second temple here next round. I don't know for sure, but whatever. This is totally fine by me. So anyhow, I should just check chats. Oh, wow. We got a lot of people back on the board here. That's good. Welcome, everybody watching. Thanks for finding us again after we dropped. Also glad that my internet's at least working again here, it looks like. I think despite the fact that we don't have a lot of early leech, I think we're still at a pretty good game here. I mean, we don't have Earth 1, but like we started at a lot of victory points up on our opponents. I think witches are still pretty good here, and I don't see any real things to be scared of. I think I might just take a coin's power action if it comes back to me now that I got this leech. I think coins are just so important this game, and spades doesn't do much. Mermaids takes this hex. So the one downside is mermaids can now reach here, which I don't like because we might be racing them to this hex. If we lose this to mermaids as well, that losing this and this to mermaids would be pretty sucky. So there is that problem. The question is if I should take a coin's power action here or not. The main reason to take a coin's power action is coins are great. The other alternative, I guess, is we could take the priest and we could just advance ship and we could delay our temple to next round. That might actually be the best plan, huh? Why not just open? We could just open. We can just build all these hexes right now. We beat mermaids to this, then guaranteed. And we just have really strong worker economy, and then we just build our temple in the temple round. Sounds a hell of a lot better. The only downside to taking the priest with this move is that I can't take the coins this round. But I think that's okay. I think this is a pretty strong option here. Yeah, I think shipping is actually a pretty good option here now, so. Mermaids could have had 2 dwellings for 1 dig, and cultists could have had 2 for 2, and both only ended with 1 extra dwelling. Can't be right. Yeah, I completely agree. It looks like mermaids are trying to race us to this hex, and they could have just dug this and built over here. Cultists also only secured 1 hex, so like they're prioritizing hexes over economy, which obviously I always argue against, but I don't think it's good for any of them. I do get that there's cult spades coming in. And so, like, that helps cultists just a little bit. But if you just get a really strong worker economy going, you can hard dig. And then you get to save your power for coins. And in this game, like, it works pretty well. And you can dig whenever you want. The part of the problem with the power actions is you can't guarantee when you're going to get them. And so if you could just hard dig whenever you want, there's benefits to that. So yeah, I think this is the wrong hex, but I guess mermaids felt compelled to take this because cultists took the center. So actually, I forgot about that, but cultists could have used their cult spade here, which would have been pretty clever and annoying for mermaids. So mermaids probably did have to respond to that. So maybe it's not mermaids' fault on that front. I'm not sure. Mermaids also could have chosen to just take double dig here and skip taking Earth 1, which I think was an okay choice, but Earth 1 is obviously good. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not in love with a lot of what our opponents have been doing. I mean, Chaos has done what they should, right? They've sucked up a bunch of leech. They're gonna be able to do things. Chaos can even just take coins here before passing or something. Like Chaos are still in a good spot. But yeah, we'll see. One of the biggest downsides is reaching our temple next round is just slightly expensive for us, and we also have to question at that point if Fire 1 still makes sense or if we just take a Water 1 at that point. And I think the answer might be that we just take an early Water 1, especially if our opponents are going to build temples and possibly take Water 1. I should also pay attention. I assume Chaos didn't do anything weird. Oh, Chaos did do something weird. The Chaos took Water 2. Okay, Water 2 is actually not that weird because it gets Chaos the Cult Spade, and because they started here, they can use the Cult Spade. So in that sense, Water 2 makes a lot more sense, but not taking Air 2 is definitely a bit sad. Air 2 really helps kind of get you spades and other stuff, but cultists are just passing here. I'm assuming the cult spade's gonna go here, but I don't know for sure. There's really no pressure on this hex, so maybe the cult spade goes here and cultists try to sneak through this stuff. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that cultists are going for a second temple next round and that they're gonna upgrade here. I guess here is fine too, but I really would love just more early leech to help fuel us. I'd like to start taking coins power actions, but Witches again. Hey, yeah. So all powerful wizard. I mean, I like witches, and then the other problem is, um, that my opponents just, I think, undervalued witches, and so I do think it was the best deal. I got like 17 points on cultists, 11 points on mermaids, and 5-ish points on chaos. Which maybe chaos should have been a bit further. I'm not totally sure. Chaos are in a pretty good spot this game, so there's a chance that was wrong. Oh, and I missed. So mermaids are getting a cult dig too. Huh. Okay, so everybody's getting cult digs. That's cool for all of them. We just advanced ship here and at least beat mermaids to this. I mean, mermaids can't realistically mess with that. So, yeah, we get out a nice little ship and dwelling rush opening type stuff, and we're in a good spot. We also we're taking a long round, so we're gonna deny we're gonna wind up denying the spade to everybody else. So that part's cool. Nobody's taking the coins yet, which is a little annoying because I'd kind of like to get them next round, but it's less likely I get them next round the more everybody else refuses to do anything here, but that's okay. Pastile wise, we're not going to have great choices. This is going to be a coin, 3 power, and 3 points. The priest, though, comes with like 2 coins and some cult tracks, so I'd like that. Mermaids does wisely take the coins, so I do like that from them. We do get this hex, and we give chaos some power, but that's just inevitable. That's fine. The other question we have to ask ourselves is if I'm willing to take a coin's power action, even if it brings us below 9 or 6 power tokens. And I think the answer to that's also yes. I think I'm in a position because of how many workers I'm going to get early that I can hard dig this game repeatedly, and I can try to pass for the spade tile a couple of times. But we'll see. We're 1 coin away from affording our temple because we have 2 coins income, and so we will build this temple. This tile gets us the coin, and it gets us the power to immediately threaten the coin's power action. So I think there's a lot to like there. But there's also a decent bit to like about taking the priest and getting it sent to a cult track right away. I don't think anybody else necessarily is going to rush the air spade. All of these guys do have spades, or all these guys have priests. Will any of them send it to air right away? It's not clear that any of them have a ton to gain from air, but we gain 3 power and some coins and a long-term spade, although that spade comes way late, but I think I like the priest the most here. There's a chance that we just pass on to the ship tile next round anyhow, or back onto the spade, so I think that's the play here. And yeah, I think we're in a pretty good spot. I mean, we have a really nice economy. We already have 1 ship. We don't really need more shipping. We can always dig and build these dwellings. We do need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spades for the game, which is quite a few more. But given that we have such strong worker production, we can hard dig once or twice more early in this game without too much pain. We can probably hard dig like 4 times this game, which means we only need 2 more spades after that, which isn't too hard. We need 1 bridge. It's not too bad. Network, we're going to be a little limited because we're constrained on this side of the map. We're planning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 structures, which is not a lot. Mermaids does just take this hex right away. They're still not taking this hex, which is kind of stunning. I mean, we could have advanced ship and gone here, but I really don't understand Mermaid's fascination with hurting witches in this matchup by taking this hex when mermaids, like, if mermaids just would go over here more often, on some level it like hurts witches, but it also is like, I don't know. I don't know what's better for witches. Like, I think it's crazy for mermaids to keep going here and like rushing this hex though, but oh well. We do see coins go pretty quickly to chaos. That makes sense. Cultists did dig here, which is encouraging. If these guys are going for a second temple, mermaids have to kind of put it somewhat next to us, which is good. It is another priest to earth there, so we do get priest to air, which I like. I think I'm going to just take water 1. but we'll see. Weber, isn't this the Witch's opening where he got a huge points? Yes, it is. He opened trading post and 5 dwellings. And it is kind of like a favor tile, right? When you open this many workers early, it kind of is like a favor tile in some ways. When you have this much worker production early, it allows you to just kind of do silly things to keep your game going. And by silly, I mean it's just really good. And because of that, I don't really feel compelled to do anything but take water 1 here. I'm just going to take water 1. I could take fire 1 and then try to build water 1 later, but I think just going water 1 and then aiming for trading posts is a really good play. And then, yeah, I think it's a great play. And then I hope to pass, I think, for the spade tile, because I think the spade tile is not only a spade next round, but it's also a coins power action at the start of next round, and I think that's gonna just really make our game great if we get to pass for that thing. But yeah, I'm just gonna take water 1. I don't think any of our opponents are passing yet. Like, they all have reasonable enough things to do. Cultist, I guess, maybe could. They're kind of, but I think they're going for another temple still. I'm not sure. I would like us to be able to pass first. If we don't get to pass first, it's a bit of a bummer because this spade tile is so good right now, but we'll take what we get. Mostly because we have to. I mean, we don't have choices. We have to take what we get, right? But second temple for cultists for fire 1 here, though, I think is pretty reasonable. I think, as I've argued, cultists really need to think about shipping on this map. Constantly digging for all your hexes is just so slow. Cultists have invested, like, they invested a double dig here that could have been, 7 coins action and a priest. So they already, like, paid 1 shipping for 1 hex, right? That's kind of what you're doing when you're taking double dig. Instead of taking a priest and coins, you take double dig. So, like, if you just pass on double digging twice, you have 2 shipping, and now you have a million hexes rather than a hex. But cultists are upgrading in the center. That's hilariously great for us. So much power. It's awesome. It's exactly what we need to fuel our game. If Mermaids decides to upgrade next to us and give us some more power too, we're in really good spot. I'm not sure Mermaids are going second temple, but I think they are. If everybody goes second temple, that does mean the cult competition is going to be quite intense this game. So that's a bit of a bummer, but that's okay for us. These tiles are looking pretty good for pass points, but I think I'm still okay just taking a spade. A spade is guaranteed 2 points and helps us lock up town locations, which I think I care about a lot too. Our opponents are all doing a really good job of locking up coins on the cult track. We're not leveraging that at all. I think we're going to try to just win air track. With cultist and chaos in the game, that's a lot of cult competition already. And if people are all going for multiple temples, that's also a lot of cult competition I don't want to deal with. What happened there? Mermaids is going for a second temple, and it is here. So we're just getting free power, which is sweet. We're going to get another 3 leech and then another leech. I don't know if we're getting any more power beyond that, but I will convert 1 power to a coin just in case. And then I'm just going to take the spade tile and open next round with a coins power action. I think that's just really good for us. And by really good for us, I mean I am playing a very heavy economy game again. I know, how shocking, me playing heavy economy, but we're going to end next round with all of our dwellings out easily. Honestly, we're going to wish we had more dwellings to build, but we'll delay our trading posts into the next round. We should be able to build quite a few trading posts in this round. As usual, our biggest issue is going to be having neighbors. Someday, I swear, I will play a cultist player that actually understands how to ship on this map, and they will, I promise you, they will get on this hex early enough for us to actually build trading posts next to them, and I won't always seem like an absolutely crazy person. But until that day happens, it does look like I'm going to be a bit sad, because these trading post rounds, I really want to build trading posts here and here and here and here, and I'm not sure we'll be able to, but we'll find out. I am accepting these powers still, but we'll see. Mike, 3 power victory point ship. So This tile is entirely reasonable in terms of it gets us a few points and stuff, but the spade tile is 3 coins and it's 2 points next round that our opponents don't get, and now it's a spade that I have that they don't. Everything about it makes me happy. It would have been very reasonable to take this tile, but I'm okay not taking it. It also might set us up to have good pass tiles into next round, although our opponents might take these over whatever else is left, so we'll see. But I think forcing our opponents to use their power on spade power actions is going to be good for us. None of our opponents have enough workers to consider hard digging yet because they're building up rather than out. So we also get to take, like, this, yeah, I don't know. This tile would have been fine because I could just hard dig, and I could even consider advancing ship again next round one more time. But I'm happy with the choice I've made. This is totally fine. I should pay attention to what tiles we've taken. We've taken a fire 1. Makes a lot of sense. Need more coins. Earth 2 mermaids is bold. Having more worker production is usually not the problem, but given this track, you're going to get 2 coins out of Earth 2, and you want to build trading posts pretty quickly, which means you want to build up, you want to keep building up and not out, and so Earth 2 maybe does make enough sense for them, but usually I would have taken Fire 1 there as mermaids and just tried to ship a bunch, but one of mermaids' problems this game, and in fact all of my opponents' problems this game thus far, is none of them have actually managed to build on a natural color hex of theirs, whereas we've already got to leverage 3 of those, and that's part of how we've really like leapfrogged our economy ahead of our opponents. And this is why I continue to argue on this map that I really think you need to ship. Base map cultists get away with that trick on the base map of digging and being able to reach one of their natural colored hexes, which makes that dig really efficient. But shipping is so efficient on this map because of how many natural color hexes you get on, and so you get to avoid all those spade costs in order to get your economy going. And then it's much easier to generate spades when you have big worker surpluses like we're running, because I can just dig whenever I want now for the rest of the game and not care. So, but oh well. Now that I've played this board a lot for Arena, what races are the best based on the any races to avoid outright? So, I mean, I already kind of knew some of this. So, the top factions on this map are witches and mermaids are probably the top tier. Darklings are still quite strong. So, like, those 3 factions you definitely have to kind of pay attention to, especially if they don't have colored neighbors. I think then cultists, chaos, nomads are all pretty good on this map, especially in the right like setups and the right color neighbors. So those are kind of the strongest factions in general. The weakest factions are dwarves. Dwarves are very hard on this map. I think Orin are still subpar. The main reason Orin aren't great is because the reason witches tend to be so good is because their stronghold is actually very good on this map to get to this hex and then over here and stuff. Whereas if you're Orin, you kind of like try to start here and here a lot of times, or you start here and here like I'm doing, and you get trapped on this side of the map because you need a lot of shipping to reach other greens. It can work out, but it's a little iffy. Engineers are okay, but it's definitely not a great map for them. It's hard. It's just hard for Grey to expand fast and get where they want to go. Fakirs are okay. Giants are reasonably good. Swarmlings are fine. I think I've listed most of the factions now, so Chaos are up there. Yeah, I agree. Chaos maybe belong in whatever the top tier is. I listed 3 and then Chaos into the next one, but Chaos are potentially at the top as well. Broadly, yeah, I guess there's 6 factions I really like pay attention to. That's cultists, chaos, mermaids, witches, darklings, nomads. Those guys have a lot of success on this map. But chaos winds up taking more workers. It looks like chaos is actually going for a second temple. That's bold. That's very interesting. Is it good? I don't know the answer to that. Chaos or cultists did take the ship tile. Suggests to me that cultists do want to advance ship, but I'm going to take coins on them. I'm guessing they think I'm going to double dig, but that's not the type of player we are. Chaos does feed our opponents even more leech, so that's really good for them, though. They have tons of power, at least. But Chaos going for a temple is fun. I'm just not sure it's great. They're probably going to take... They probably now take Air 2 along with Water 1, is my guess. Yeah, there's a Water 1, and then still Air 2, I would think. It's a bit early for Air 1, in my opinion, given their economy is so iffy. And it is Air 2. Okay. I kind of like this. I've never seen this before from Chaos, but it's interesting to get your Sanctuary and another Temple out in round 2. That's a lot of... I mean, they got a lot of Leech, and they got just the right stuff here. So, and then they're going to get more workers to at least keep it rolling, and they have an easy Hex to build on. Or they might even beat Cultists to this Hex. I don't know. All of it's fascinating, but we get coins, which is great. And then we'll see what other... Cultist presumably does want to ship twice, and they have enough coins they can get it. Oh, God. I'm guessing this means I'm disconnecting on you guys again. Please. Oh, no. Okay, it was just being slow. Has me paranoid. But yeah. Of the factions I didn't mention. Oh, I did not mention Alchemists and Halflings. Good call. You're right. I did leave those off. So Alchemists are firmly in the I don't think they're very good on this map category. It's so hard for them to get on natural blacks rapidly. But I've seen a couple of games where it works out for them, so I don't know for sure. And then Halflings are also like a faction I don't think are great here because same thing. It's hard to get on your natural browns, and so it's hard to get that worker snowball going. But because you kind of need shipping, but Halflings want to like advanced dig early, but in order to justify advanced digging, you need lots of worker economy, and so it's a bit rough. But I've also seen a couple good Halfling games, so I don't know. Cultists wind up deciding to take the double dig, and they do cut off Chaos from just making this really quick town, so all of that's good news for us. I think Cultists taking double dig and not being able to leverage shipping this round is a continued mistake, though. I get that double dig is good and it gets you hexes, but gosh, it's just such slow expansion. The downside is, once again, I'm not going to have a Cultist player that's actually friendly enough to reach this goddamn hex anytime soon. They're just failing to expand rapidly enough for my liking. I guess nobody's really threatening this hex at least, but like Cultist connection path is also getting a little precarious. And they just don't really need to build on this hex anytime soon. I hope they're not the sort of Cultist player that's going to delay their shipping so long that they decide building here is not even good enough for their economy and they just want to spurn us from having neighbors. But they could be that type of player, so we'll find out. As for where our digs go this round, it's tempting to put a dig here just to like leverage this hex, but there's really no threat on this. We eventually need this hex. We want this hex. Chaos could try to get over to this hex. So I think I spade here first is the answer. I'll also note that this tile has 3 coins and a worker and is really what we want the most. So I think my round is just going to be hard dig and build a dwelling and then pass for this if it's available. Passing for this if it's available is very tempting as well, because if we get a single other power from anybody, we can take another coins power action at the start of next round. And whew, how I would love that. That would be so good. I think my play is to just take this hex though. I think this is the safest play. It's not clear where we would actually get any leech from this round, so that's a bummer. Because I was just saying if I got one more power, then I would get to take another coins action, but I'm not sure I will get that lucky. Securing this hex is great. Securing this hex is good too, actually, because then it allows us to take a bridge whenever we want. We have enough workers to do lots of hard digging. Yeah, what to do here? Probably just take this one, right? Maybe it is this one. I don't know. The upshot to taking this one is that it gets us to this green hex too for next round, and I would probably want to keep building dwellings. I mean, I just really want... I mean, I have 3 hexes I want. This helps us potentially rush a town, although I don't really think I'm towning until I take fire 2. I'll take this hex. No, I lied. I'm going to take this hex. I don't actually know the right answer here. I don't know if it really matters is actually the real answer, I suppose, but... that would be 2 super early rounds, early passing, classic hoarding resources. Yeah, I mean, it is me hoarding resources, but I can't really expand my economy much unless I build trading posts, and I don't want to build trading posts until this. So I can't really do much to expand my economy here. I could have actually debated advancing dig, but I don't really have the desire to do that either. And it is really efficient if you build your economy on just tons of workers and taking lots of coins actions and then building a bunch of mid-game trading posts. That's honestly quite efficient. We are unfortunately going to get beat to that tile though, because mermaids are wisely taking it here, I would guess, and they do. Yeah, which is totally fair. It's a great tile. This tile is a great tile for us still though too, because we're not necessarily going to build that many trading posts next round, and we can end with a lot of dwellings. Chaos does take the 2 key town, and they're going to close out the earth track. It's fine by us. We do have a debate if we do still just want to pass for this guy. We're not going to get a coins power action, but we could get our bridge out of the way. We also are in that awkward spot of not having the neighbors where we want them again, which I think we're just going to have to accept as our fate always, because I can't predict opponents to expand in ways that I want them to. They prefer to dig their way to their demise rather than actually do what they should be. So given that we're going to hard dig more this game, it's probably right to actually hard dig one more time this round though, and just build this dwelling right now. Because as long as I'm going to hard dig, I may as well get the 2 points for it. Cultist might pass for the tile we want, but we can settle for that tile and be okay. Although sitting right after mermaids and mermaids having the tile we want going into the next round has value. I guess the question is if cultists actually pass here for that tile or not. Cultists don't really have anything else to do, although they could advance their ship because they actually have the ship tile. Yeah, let's go ahead and hard dig one more time. And let's just set up our town location just in case for reasons. Although, no, this hex is still better because it lets me build another dwelling next round if I want to keep backfilling dwellings. I heard advancing dig. Yeah, I did not. I don't think I can actually advance. I don't think I can very profitably advance dig this game with how coin tight it is still. Maybe I eventually will for just resources, but I mean, I already just did 2 hard digs and I only have, well, I do have 3 more digs left playing this game. We do still get to pass for the dwelling tile. Great news. I like that. We're sitting right after mermaids, so the goal for this round is definitely to build a couple trading posts and then pass for mermaids tile. Be in the trading post tile into round 5. I could build a trading post here and here for sure. I could build one expensive one. I could debate building one here. Building one here is mostly fine, and then I just aim to build a temple for Air 1. I try to have a town of trading post, dwelling, just a random temple, a sanctuary, a dwelling, a trading post, and fire 2, and then this town can be trading post, dwelling, and maybe another dwelling. 5 dwellings in a trading post. It could always be a stronghold in the final round too, just for points. I think that's okay. So it does look like I might just build 3 trading posts next round, which is totally good. A workers power action for chaos again. This is another workers action for chaos. I don't tend to like that. Power is for coins, but I guess he has so many coins coming from the cult track and he doesn't have workers because of how he's built up. to race for the 2 key towns, so it's probably okay. Cultists are really starting to look like they're going to get cut off, because I think Chaos are going to be eyeing up this town location now. I think Chaos are going to try to double dig here, probably. I really can't stress enough how much I dislike cultists not getting to 2-ship already and leveraging all these free browns and securing connection and all this other stuff. But again, it's not my place, but cultists now have a dig, so they're probably going to just come through here. I don't know when we can expect them over here, so it's still a continued shame for us, because we would really like that. But I'm assuming mermaids take coins, but I forgot that all of our opponents have 1,000,000 coins off the cult track, which we don't have. And so we're going to get coins here because mermaids want the last copy of Water 1 before cultists take it. So, hey, we still get coins, everybody, because we're lucky sons of bitches. This is putting the timer back on our bridge a bit, but just because I'm not getting 8 coins from the cults doesn't mean others aren't. Yeah, correct. All of our opponents got at least 8 coins, so it's actually not that coin tight of a game, because they all generated a ton of cult coins. Some of them have Fire 1. So the way I built my economy has been a bit different than the rest, which is fine. I do eventually want to send 2 more priests to air, because I would like to win the air track, but it does look like Chaos might fight us on that. So our next moves maybe are actually priests to air, to try to get 2 more priests and just be on step 9. I'm not sure on that front. I mean, getting 2 spades though would be pretty sweet, because that we can probably use our 2 spades on this hex, but we'll see. Are you doing some nice? Yeah, Weber, watching streams while you're working is a classic time-honored tradition. What do you think I do during the afternoons when Lumen is streaming his Agricola games? I'm definitely working very hard at those times, and not at all distracted by haranguing Lumen about his Agricola play. Not at all. No, I mean, I'm fine, but I definitely get that feeling. And yeah, good luck, Weber, in your game tonight. I'll definitely peek in at that. But hey, sometimes playing the boring vanilla game is right? Like, a lot of being good at a lot of these board games is just remaining flexible to how the game develops and taking the route that makes the most sense. And Earth 1 is often correct. If we could have taken Earth 1 this game, I would have heavily considered it, but we didn't get left it. We got left, kind of, I think our best route was to push for this heavy economy and just take Water 1, spam Water 1 during all these trading post rounds, make a ton of points, try for an Air 1, build 3 towns, do okay on network, and that game plan's coming together, so... It does look like we're going to get quite a bit of leech. I'm not sure who else actually wants bridges this game. So there's a decent shot that there's not that much pressure on this bridge. But I still think I'm going to take the bridge this round if I'm able to. I guess, should pay attention. I've talked a big game about wanting mermaids tile if I'm able. Ooh, mermaids are coming here. That is unexpected. I guess they just want to get over here and here easier, but I don't understand this, but don't have to understand it to be okay with it. So the new question is, we could rush a town now, but I don't even think that's that good. I don't get that double dig. I'm not sure why you would take that hex. You just ship 3 to here, but I guess now it's only ship 2 to this stuff, and you eventually sneak through, but yeah, I don't know, whatever. They're presumably still building 2 trading posts. They have a lot of priests, and they need to do something with some of them. So there's quite a few turns left, but I really want their path tile. So as much as I've been talking about fighting the air track, I'm not convinced I'm going to fight the air track. I think I'm going to just... I think I will just press on with getting our trading posts down and then decide what else to do. I'm still going to keep accepting 3 for 2 leeches this round, but we're at the point of the game where anything more and I'm declining. I guess the mermaids are doing this because they want a sanctuary town here. But why would you take this hex instead of cutting off cultist connection? I guess because it does get you closer to this blue, but if I'm mermaids, I'm taking this thing if I'm double digging for a sanctuary town, not this thing. But whatever. I don't know. That was interesting, but I love watching streams when I should be working so much that I allow myself to get distracted by Lumen stream in the middle of the day, and I have no idea how to play a Agricola. Nice. Good man. I guess they squeeze out an extra town with that hex if they also bridge on the left plus access to the others. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think they're going to bridge here in order to have like a town up through this stuff, but I don't think this double dig was good, but whatever. Everybody's sending priest to water. That's a choice. I guess there's water spades to be had, so fair enough, but I'm fine with that. Mermaids still have moves. We still have moves. We want a trading post here still for sure. It is starting to look like we might still advance dig this game just because, yeah, but we'll see. We have a lot of coins actually now, which is great. Cultists did get to 2 shipping and they do get to this hex, so that's cool. They might also get to this hex, which would be fan-freaking-tastic for us. The downside is they do have a spade, which is almost certainly going here. And so they really want to build this hex and this hex. They have no real rush to get to this hex. Now, it's a free hex, so hopefully they eventually come there, but I don't know when they're going to get to it, because they do finally have 1,000,000 hexes to build on, so we'll see. It does look like Chaos and Cultists are fighting these tracks pretty hard, so maybe Chaos doesn't care so much about the air track. I don't know. We keep getting 2-for-1 leeches. We're going to keep taking them. It's good times. I still want to be ready for when Mermaids passes, although I'm not convinced yet when Mermaids are going to pass, so there is that. I think I'm going to build this dwelling. This dwelling continues to keep our worker economy high. It's worth at least a point on the pass. I think that's actually the thing I care about the most. I could take the bridge right this instant too, but I've kind of decided there's not that much bridge pressure, which maybe is wrong because all of a sudden then there will be bridge pressure and then I'm going to be sad, but meh. We'll find out. I think this game's going pretty well for us. We're at pretty good points compared to our opponents. Our economy is just better than our opponents. Our potential for future points is pretty high with 3 towns, witches, and the track continues to be good for us. We can build our sanctuary for Fire 2 in this round, presumably. We could even potentially build our stronghold in that round just because. Our network is still going to be a bit meager simply because we don't have any more green hexes, and so unless we do have a lot of workers, which we are still making a lot of workers, but we still want to do a lot of building up in these rounds, so I'm not sure how much we're going to be able to keep digging hexes. We still have at least 3 hexes we have to dig. We do have 1 spade, but I don't know if we have the ability to like oomph out advanced digging and really press our network. So our network might be a bit meager, but the upshot is like Chaos's network is pretty meager, although they have a lot of resources and they are at 2 shipping now, so maybe they still do explode out here. I mean, they're going to build this hex. I did just pay attention. Chaos is at 2 shipping, so Chaos is trying to race to this hex. So it does look like I probably do need to secure this hex this round, because otherwise Chaos will come here, and that'll be a problem for us. Cultist takes this hex with their dig. I guess that makes sense because this hex also connects them, and so they don't need this hex in order to reach up here and stuff. But if Chaos advances ship again, they can reach here, and then they could get to this hex. See, I do think I have to just hard dig here and build this, which means I can't actually get another dwelling out, which is a bit of a bummer. I can't accept this leech. It's way too much. The only downside to hard digging this is I don't know when mermaids are going to pass. They can take a town here, and they take a coin town. I really don't like that coin town for them that much, but I guess. They do have Earth 1, Water 1, so there's that. They might just build another trading post expensively. I don't know what they're doing the rest of the round is the biggest problem. I think I do just build this hex though, as much as I kind of wish I had more workers to put into trading posts here. I think this hex is too important for our town. But that does make me a bit sad I built this dwelling, but I could debate single digging, I guess. If I send like a priest to air here, and then I might still get a leech or two from cultists. I probably do get some leech from cultists. And then I could single dig this hex is always a possibility. There's a chance that chaos aren't going to come here, but I really don't like leaving this hex hanging. Passing still just doesn't look great for us. Mermaids might consider passing for that tile, I guess. I don't know how long mermaids are trying to stay on the round. I'll send a priest to air. Whatever. It's a good move. I like that move. I really do want this trading post tile, I think, though, is still the best case scenario, but we'll see. I don't know. Coin Town emote placeholder. Yeah, I do need to make myself some actual emotes for this Twitch, but I need to research on how that actually works. We do get a bit more leech here. I mean, I will consider single digging. I don't love using the single dig action, but the single dig action lets me still build another trading post, although it depends, again, a lot on what mermaids are doing. Because I want their pass tile pretty badly. The pass tile we have is great for us, so that's still an upshot. But Chaos does advance ship, so it does mean they're coming here. And that's just way too much pressure on this hex because they might try to get here, and I just can't let them. Mermaids does advance ship. I guess they're going to get out another dwelling or two before passing, which is fair. So I think that means we actually have a couple actions. So I think using a spade power action here is actually totally fine, and we just lock in this hex, and then we still have enough stuff that we can build another trading post, and then we'll pass. We still have a priest we can send to air. I think Mermaid's game plan here has to be build this dwelling, and then I don't even know how much longer they'll stay on the round, but we can at least respond with trading post and priest, and at that point, if we have to passing for this guy is actually not very good, but maybe Chaos will be out of the round at that point or something, or maybe we just don't get a pass that, which would be unfortunate, but we'll see. Mermaid's passing for the big building tile and taking a coin's power action or something, though, seems reasonable. So I don't know if they care about if they pass first. But Cultist decides to build this. Again, that locks in their network, so it makes sense. I'm still hoping Cultists want to build this, but I guess they still have this hex and this hex. Cultist being here is actually a problem for us, too, now that I just realized, because they might take this, in which case we need 2 bridges in order to make our towns. That's awkward. I did forget that cultists coming here does put a lot of pressure on this hex too. Or does it? It might not put that much pressure on this hex, because we could sanctuary town here still, right? And we could make a town up here. So I'll have to consider those. All of those are possibilities still in the wonderful world that we live in. Mermaids does come over here. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I think I do build another trading post here. Or I guess I could just take a town, right? If I'm gonna have a random ass trading post in one of my towns, it may as well just be this, and I may as well just make a town. I could take an 8-pointer, and then I already have my spades locked in, and then I could close out air whenever I want. Although I plan to take air 1, so actually I don't need that. I could just start taking point towns, because I think that's all I need this game. My economy is humming. Oh, I could take a bridge right now. How about we just take the damn bridge and we get rid of the bridge pressure? What if that's the play? How does that sound? Let's do that. Let's get our bridge pressure off our backs. Yeah. And I mean, I can't double dig, but I think that's okay. I would like to use our cult spades on this hex, but that might be asking for too much, so I think I'm going to have to Sanctuary for Fire 2. I kind of want a Temple for Air 1 next round. More than kind of, I guess. I do want to, but Cultist takes a priest power action. I don't know what that's about. That's not building a dwelling next to us, I'll tell you that. Mermaids are building more dwellings still. That's okay. We're back to we may as well make a town. Yeah, we may as well make a town. Because as much as I would like to be... Oh, wait. Chaos came up here. What am I talking about? We build the trading post here. What fantastic luck. Thank you, Chaos friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's delightful. The whole sanctuary town here is dead now, by the way, because that hex was the hypothetical out. This has to be the sanctuary town. So we really do kind of need this hex, or we can still bridge up into here now. Cultists are refusing to build next to us because why would they want free cult steps for building dwellings when they could instead not get cult steps? Honestly, guys, sometimes I really don't understand other players. Like, it hurts cultists, or it hurts us that they're not next to us, but it hurts cultists too, so why not all be friends? But whatever. Mermaids does pass, so we get to pass for their tile, which was always the game plan. That part of the game plan's working out quite well. All right. Remember this whole talk about Temple for Air 1? I think it's a lie. The reason I say it's a lie is because I'm just trying to look. To build 2 trading posts and a temple next round is still 11 coins, and that assumes that the trading posts have neighbors. You'll note that we have 9 coins, so I guess it's not that expensive, but the neighbors is the problem. We don't actually have neighbors. But God, Air 1 is good. Air 1's quite good for us. Cultists refusing to be next to us is still a pretty big bummer. I mean, I think they'll build next to us next round. It just continues to help their economy, but I don't know for sure. This is a good hex for them to be on. They are going to potentially mess with our town because I want to cult spade this thing still. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but whatever. Line. Things are still pretty good here though. Yeah, I want to do Air 1 and 2 trading posts though. So maybe I can still make that happen. I mean, there is admittedly one way to guaranteedly make it happen, and that involves building a trading post here and taking a coin town. But I don't really want to do that. But it's not the worst thing I've heard of. We do still need 2 ship advances this game. We're also talking about building a sanctuary at least. But I mean, we can skip the temple for Air 1, and it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, Air 1 is going to be 7 points probably, maybe 8. That's a pretty good deal. And it lets us build another 6-point trading post this round. Also a pretty good deal. But, yeah, I don't know. Don't know for sure. I'm curious if cultists are up here so that they can... admittedly, I forgot cultists do have 2 cult spades coming in. So I'm guessing cultists are going to try to build through here, another town. They're going to try to... They're also trying to 3-town this game, I think, by building these hexes. Which is fair, but... presumably building on a trading post on G8 is better. Gives away less leech. So at the time I was making trading... Oh, I keep highlighting this as my trading post. Yes, if I actually make a trading post, it'll be on G8. Yeah, that's fair. Mermaids are taking this hex. That's fine. Cultists, I presume, are going to dig this hex and this hex. No, they take that one. Fine. Chaos are trying to carve out town space here, I guess. Which, this is an expensive triple dig, let me tell you. But whatever. Coins get taken right away. It's fine by us. Yeah, so I'm going to send a priest to air. Ooh, the ship tile is open. So that's another reason to favor just having like a really fast round. But I think I send priest to air. Priest to air pretty much locks up the air track for us, and there's just no reason for us to really fight. Like, we're not getting any points on these cult tracks, and so then the only other track to fight is fire, and what's the point? Like, this just locks out air cult, so I think that's what I do. It's tempting to have a pretty fast round and just get on this pass tile, but admittedly there's a lot of pass tiles, so we'll think about it. Chaos have done a pretty good job of at least just directly getting points from all of what they're doing, and they do still have Earth 1, Water 1, so Chaos are doing pretty well. Our 3 towns hopefully will mean a lot, but I think I am just going to build an expensive trading post, and then I might just pass. There's not a lot for us to do here. And then I can just open next round with coins. I Sanctuary Fire 2. I build this hex. It does not look like cultists are going to come here and cut us off. And if they do cut us off, I can always turn this green and just open next round with a bridge. As much as I maybe don't want to do that. I mean, I think it's fine. So I think I just expensively trading post right here. I think that's okay. I actually have the resources. I could just hard dig this hex. I could hard dig and build a dwelling here, and then I could cult spade this and this. And that would help our network aspirations a good amount. And we maybe should be playing for network still. Cultists have connected, but they're running pretty low on stuff. Although they're still going to have a pretty good network. We definitely want to build 2 dwellings. In order to build more than 2 more dwellings, we actually need to build another temple or our stronghold. And then another trading post and then another dwelling. A lot of that is possible, but I don't know for sure. Superfishy is paying for another town, which is fine. The real question is if anybody's going to pass in front of us. And the answer is mermaids might want to pass for this ship tile that badly. Are they doing well enough that blocking them makes sense? Maybe not. The only thing to do here would be to hard dig this hex. And just because we're concerned that cultists are going to come here and cult spade this, but I don't think that's going to happen. Would mermaids pass as their next action? In order to... it does look like mermaids might want the bridge. I mean, I guess getting this tile is okay if mermaids do pass, right? So mermaids passing is actually not that big of a deal because then we still get a really good pass tile. My concern is if Chaos passes with their next action. Chaos still has some really juicy trading posts to build. So I think we can be pretty certain they won't. So do I want to do this hard dig, though? I mean, this locks up town space. So my inclination is to do it just because I'm paranoid that we're going to get blocked. But it's not that likely we're going to get blocked. But the peace of mind of just blocking it off is nice. Screw it. I'm going to do it. Might be wrong. Also, this is why we go for super heavy workers early on, because it lets you just hard dig all the freaking time and just not care. It's glorious. Absolutely glorious. The other question is if there's any pressure on Fire 2 running out next round, but I think the answer to that's also pretty firmly no. Cultist takes another move. That's good. Chaos will hopefully build a trading post. And they do. So we're at least out of the woods in terms of the one we were like, we're gonna get a good pass tile here regardless. Mermaids might feel compelled to pass for the ship tile here, which is fine by me. I would like to pass first purely because I get another coins power action and I'm greedy and love those things, but it's okay if we don't get it. Taking the Northern Gray and bridging is less resources. I mean, it's the same, right? So going here and bridging, like I'm spending 3 workers or 3 power. I mean, I guess 3 power is less than 3 workers, right? But meh. Mermaids does pass. It's a bit unfortunate, but workers is fine for us. I think mermaids still want a bridge, right? Maybe they don't. Maybe they do. They might open next round with a bridge instead of coins. I'm not sure. We produce 6 power, so we convert this into a coin and we pass. It is looking like I'm going to build Sanctuary and Stronghold next round. Will be the game plan. And then after Sanctuary and Stronghold, I'll build a trading post and 2 dwellings. I'll use Cult Spades here and here and try to build out that network. That would mean that we get down to just 3 temples left on our board. It means that we need 11 workers, which we'll have exactly 11 workers. Yeah, that'll be good. It means we need quite a lot of coins, but meh, we'll see how that all works out. We would really like the coins power action, but again, we'll see what we're actually offered. I'm not sure what mermaids are going to open with. Mermaids might just open with the coins and assume they get the bridge anyhow, because admittedly nobody really looks like they want the bridge, so we also have to question if we even want to take the bridge and block them, but I don't know yet. I also get a neighbor. Yeah, so if I'm up here, I mean, Cultist would actually be my neighbor if I was up here, because they're going to take this hex at some point, but meh. I mean, taking the bridge, I just don't like any game plan that involves me having to get bridges on this map, even though this game does look pretty open on the whole bridge front. I'm pretty content with just hard digging that hex like we just did and having it out of the way. I don't have to worry about it anymore, so it's fine. Mermaids being first here is a bummer again in terms of if they take the coins, though. I really did want the coins, but forcing them to pass meant that they had to give up on further economic development in order to pass first, too. Not that they had a ton left to do, but I'm not even sure mermaids can hit ship 5 and still do everything else they want to that efficiently, but maybe they can. They probably can. It's probably fine. It was probably an okay pass for them. Chaos locks out cultists. That does look like Chaos are totally just not going to fight for air cults. That's good. Cultists have really failed to play a good cult game. Cultists are getting 3 towns, so I will grant that. They still just never built this hex. They've never built all these free browns, but they have at least spent a lot of the game carving out town space instead. So I don't know. Their game's still pretty good. Cultists also did take our pass tile, so Chaos is getting a pass tile too, though. So everybody has pass tiles at least. So how are we looking going into the final stretch? Chaos is 10 points ahead of us. Chaos has one town, which I could spade and mess with, but that doesn't make any sense. We still want to fight network, right? Network-wise, it looks pretty unlike... We're going to end with 3 things is hypothetically our goal. Cultists should get down to 3 structures left on their board pretty easily. There's no way Chaos does that. I think it's unlikely that Mermaids gets down to 3 structures because the spade costs is too onerous. Yeah. So I think we tie for win on network at least if we just give ourselves 2 more hexes. So I think that has to be the game plan. It does look like I am planning a very coin-intensive final round, though. I want to build both big buildings as 12 coins. This brings it to 15 coins, 17 coins, and then 2 ship advances is 25 coins. And Mermaids does open with coins power action rather than a bridge. So we currently have 14 of 25 coins. You'll note that that's significantly behind the ball. The upshot is we should be able to at least leverage a lot of 2-for-1 leeches to help fuel our way. I think I take Fire 2 as the first thing here. And then I might take that annoying coin town thing that I don't love, but it's probably correct to suck it up and admit that I need one of them. Actually, it's guaranteedly correct to just suck it up and admit I need one of them. So let's do that. We need a Fire 2 to make all this work. We need a coin town is what we said. And then I think we can take whatever we want largely for the rest of them. We do maybe have to take a ship town right at the end in order to connect still. It's not guaranteed, but I think we can just take the 11-pointer. Priests aren't going to get us any points on this track. They're not going to get us any points here. They might get us points here, but I think Mermaids are largely stuck using all their resources to do other things. Maybe not. The priest might be 2 points, but this is just a guaranteed 2 points. So yeah, I'm just going to take the 11-point town. I don't have to build a stronghold here. I want to, but I don't have to. So yeah, let's just do this. But yeah, I do want to build the stronghold, the trading post, and then build 2 dwellings. And then do ship twice. Yeah, I don't know. I think my next move is to advance ship once, because I 100% have to do... Well, no. Maybe my next move is to build the dwelling now. I might just build this dwelling, or is it this one? This dwelling might be better just in case switches come to mess with us. I don't think cultists have any inclination, any desire to hit a hex of ours. I guess mermaids probably don't have any... Mermaids can't even get to this hex. Nobody can reach, or cultists, no, cultists can't even reach this hex. So yeah, I guess I actually just build this hex. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think anybody's going to come for either of the hexes, really. So we are, you'll notice, nicely at 99 points after that. We have another town coming in, which is guaranteed 5 plus the town tile. If we build stronghold, that's another 5. If we're advancing ship twice, is another 7. We pass for 8. We're going to be at 120 to 130. And then we have a cult plus hopefully a shared network right up about 150. It's pretty good. All of our opponents are doing reasonably well, though. But I'm not sure any of them are having 150-point games. So I think we're going to win. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, mermaids have a massive pile of stuff. And they probably pass for 15 by the time they're done. I will accept 2-for-1 leeches, as I said. I do still need coins to eke out this endgame. I still need 6, 9, 11, 19 coins, and I have 15 coins. So that's not good. 11 and yeah, okay. Are we going to actually be able to eke out 4 more coins, or are we going to have to take a ship down? Don't know the answer to that. Cultists are also taking a bunch of taking fire 2. They're taking an 8-point town. Makes sense. They're at least gonna lock out fire, I'm assuming, at some point. They take a power town because the coin towns are out, so that's always nice to see people taking power towns because they're pretty inefficient. So it was good that we took a coin town first, though, because a power town would have slowed down our efficiency as well. So I feel like I've been taking more and more coin towns lately, guys. Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good. What happened to the old days where I just got so many coins and then I was able to take whatever towns I wanted without having to settle for coin towns? It actually might have been playing on other maps. This map requires you to pay for 3 shipping, and that's actually what is, I think, most often causing my issues with these Witches games, is that I have to pay for 3 shipping, whereas on base map you can sometimes get away with cheaper. Mermaids are double digging just to make a town. That's painful. It's probably correct for them to do it, but yikes. I would like to just go back to pointing out how bad I think this starting spot is in general. I don't think this has done Mermaids much good this game for any of their expansion, and I think if Mermaids had just been through these hexes, they'd be a lot happier. Now, admittedly, their long-term connection is tricky, except, oh wait, this hex is your connection hex, and they double dug it anyhow for whatever reason. It does look like it was a blunder for Mermaids to take this hex over this hex. If Mermaids just blocked Cultist connection, Mermaids would have more network points. So that also just looks like an error, but oh well. We convert a power to coin here. I need to build this dwelling, so let's just build this dwelling. At least get our network up a little more. I still need to advance ship. I still want to build the stronghold pretty badly. And then I want to build the trading post and then get our free dwelling here and then need another shipping. The other shipping might have to be, it might need to be a ship town. Maybe it doesn't have to be. Why is it a ship town? We have a priest. I could settle for a power town. I might get enough leech to make a worker town work even. Actually, I could probably make this town work too, right? This town is actually... This town gives me 2 coins. This is a 2 coin town because it'll let me close out air. Maybe I'm supposed to just take that town and then assume the rest of the leech comes. It's a little bold to assume leech comes, but it looks hard for our opponents to hard deny us leech. Cultists are almost certainly going to give us at least a power here. If I take a 2 coin town, how many coins short am I? I have 13 coins presently, and I still need... Wait, I still need 19 coins? Could have sworn I had more than 13 coins a second ago for some reason. Oh wait, I built the dwelling. I don't have to build the dwelling anymore, sorry. So I only need 9 coins and... 8. I need 17 coins. I have 13 and a half. If I take the 8-point town, I have 15 and a half, so I need only a little more power. Cultists are guaranteedly giving us 1 more power because they have to make this a trading post. So then we just have to find 1 more coin. We can find 1 more coin. We can do it. Can't we? The scary part is I'm not actually sure we can guarantee it, so it's a risky line. Oh wait, well there's unfortunate timing. We have 14 coins. This brings us to 16 coins. This brings us to 16 and a half. Can I find the others? Our opponents have a lot of stuff to build, but it's not clear we get the others. So we delay the decision by just advancing ship here and see if we get some more leech. Cultist goes right after us and presumably will take a town next. They might take the 8-pointer I'm eyeing up, though, is the only problem. Also, mermaids took fire too. That's interesting because they don't need fire 2 for this town. Because they could easily build strongholds. So now they're trying to build these hexes and make a stronghold town and another town. They're still trying a 2-town. Not sure they make that, but maybe they do. My instincts tell me to take the town I want right now. If I take the town I want, I can always just advance ship twice and then just wind up with this trading post stuck on my board, which isn't the worst outcome. It's far from the best, but let's take our preferred town tile here. I build a stronghold, I get that town tile, which gets me 2 coins worth of power that I convert. Yeah, looks good. Take this town and convert power to a coin. Actually, because we're getting a free leech anyhow, and we know we want to accept 3 for 2s just to make this all work out, I will just convert 2 power to 2 coins. We have ship twice here. Oh, I actually only need 1 power, don't I? Huh, what am I talking about? Whoops, I shouldn't have actually changed that much into coins. I have my math off by 1 because this is ship twice, and then this is 2 workers, 2 coins. I just need 1 coin in order to build this trading post. So maybe I do just build this trading post actually, because cultists will upgrade next to us. It's pretty freaking risky, but cultists presumably won't spurn us for no good reason. Man, I don't know. Cultists might be going for stronghold, right? It's stronghold sanctuary round. Cultists could just be building their stronghold and then not giving us more leech. That's a thought. The reason I've been thinking cultists are going to build their trading post is because building a trading post at a dwelling helps them on network. They have the trading post pass tile, but stronghold still is an option for them. For sure. They still need to advance ship once themselves. So it depends on how much they're trying to push us on network, but I don't know. It does look like mermaids are planning to make another town via hard digging, which I guess they can, so good for them. I did not expect all that. I just advanced ship here. I absolutely have to get these ship advances in. It'll be a bit sad if I can't build this final trading post somehow, but it doesn't look clear how I'm going to get the rest of the leech. I guess Chaos Magician wants to build trading posts, so they could build them here or here, which gives us the power we need. They could build it here or through here later, though, so it depends on how much Chaos is paying attention to the fact that we want leech pretty badly, which they probably are. It's pretty clear at this point to anybody watching where my resources are at, so cultists presumably want to build in here at some point too, but if they're paying super close attention to our resources, also kind of know, don't go for it. Oh, they also don't have a dwelling though, so I don't know. Us ending at 4 structures is going to be a bummer though, because mermaids are definitely putting out 1 more dwelling. So actually, mermaids maybe are still getting down to 3 structures too. I'm not sure. Mermaids are aiming to build a stronghold, a dwelling, a trading post. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 workers. They have that, but yikes. I'm very unconvinced that this tile makes a lot of sense for mermaids, especially if they're trying for 3 towns. But, oh well. Should have used stronghold action for my dwelling. Well, I mean, the whole point is that my stronghold action for my dwelling is going to be for this last dwelling once I build my trading post. But part of why I built this dwelling is because I didn't actually commit to the stronghold first. So, maybe I should have just built the stronghold first, though, and then put out the free dwelling, and then I could have guaranteedly put out the trading post, and then I would just be debating if I could get out a dwelling or not. Which is a bit better than my current predicament, but meh, it's fine. I mean, the thing is, once I advance ship again, I'm at 123, and then I pass. I'm already at 131 even after passing, and then I have 139, and I have a bit of network. I think it's still a win, but I don't know. Chaos Magicians are at 92. They have a bit of resources left, and they have a Dwelling Pass tile. Let's call them at 110 by the time they're done. That's 126, 130, 132-ish, and then probably no network, though. We do get a free leech. Free leech is unfortunately not good enough. We need one more power pretty badly, so it turns out we could have built the trading post, but ideally, cultists are still going to just build this dwelling then. This is the only free hex they currently have access to. So the only problem is going to be the timing on it. Again, it depends on how much they're paying attention to us, whether or not they're going to actually help us out like that. But, oh well, we might have made some slight mistakes right here at the end in terms of the ordering and prioritization of stuff. But that's part of what makes this game so good and so tricky to always get right. Cultists might actually be our biggest competition for winning here. Once they get a town, cultists have 4 more points once they advance ship. They're going to win network. They have okay cults. They have past points. There are a lot of direct points behind us, though, so I think we've won this game. I think this is a nice witches win for us, but we'll see. We do wind up playing witches a lot. I will admit that, but witches are good on this map, as we've seen. I still really do wonder how much this game changes if mermaids are just in a different spot. They take another power town. Presumably they are. I don't even know what they're doing with all that, but I'll accept again. It's fine. I need the power. I want one more power pretty badly, so. Anyhow. Yeah, I still really like witches on this map. I do wonder how much the game changes if mermaids did start over here compared to starting where they did. It looks really different for us if that happens. So yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad. Chaos is expanded and presumably will build trading post out with Swear, so I don't really think we can expect Chaos to give us leech. So I think we're really relying on cultists deciding to give us a leech with their next action, and I'm guessing they're not going to, so I think that is going to be a little bit of a shame for us, but oh well, mistakes happen. We've at least hit 13 network. It's pretty good. Mermaids are at 13 network, but I think mermaids are going to wind up. Well, I think mermaids will wind up building a trading post and get this dwelling down before the end of the game. So I think they're still going to hit 14. I'm expecting cultists to hit 14 network. So witches will continue to dominate as long as mermaids keep not starting at 5. I mean, so I think you're right. Oh, and here's the power that we wanted. We will accept this actually because this makes a huge deal on network. So. It's a little sad that we're paying 1 more point than I wish we were, but this lets us get to network 14, which is absolutely worth it here. It's a big difference, actually. Cultists should not have offered us that, but I mean, I guess cultists could hit our hex then instead, but I don't think that makes a ton of sense for them either. I think cultists' goal is to advance ship and still make a stronghold, but I don't 100% know. We'll see. Yeah, hi Loki. I know we want dinner and we want to go play, but come on, buddy. Come here. Come on stream for a sec. Yeah, come say hi to everybody. That'll make us happy, right? Come on. Bloop. Yeah, you can come help us out. Yeah. All right. Whoa, you're okay. Just stay here. Whoa. All right. Hi. Yes, hi. You're fine. You're fine. All right. We need to build a trading post. We want to do it in the most annoying location possible. That doesn't really exist. Giving Chaos a free power is probably the least impactful thing we can do. Hey, Loki, yeah. Um, Anyhow, yeah, I think witches are going to continue doing quite well as long as mermaids, for some reason, choose to ignore this corridor. Um, and I think mermaids are going to continue getting overbid if they think that starting here is good. So to reiterate one final time, just for the stream audience, I think starting here is bad because if you start here and just dig this hex, this blue is 2 ship away, so you're going to get this hex anyhow. So the only advantage mermaids got from starting at this hex is they got a bit of extra early leech, which isn't nothing. And they were able to beat me to this hex, which is this hex actually doing anything for mermaids? I would argue it's not, because they've had to make a really awkward town through here. You know how mermaids would have a much easier 3 towns this game if they just sanctuary towned on these hexes, still made their town here, and then suddenly had a really beautiful town right up through all of this shit where they have neighbors and they mess up all of our towns. And then they still just connect right through here like they did. You just take these 2 digs that they used and this dig. This is 3 digs, and you just put those 3 digs on this hex, and it becomes only 2 digs. And you would just have more hexes for cheaper, and oh god, yes, you begin to see how it's just better. And so yeah, I don't think the early leech you get here is worth giving up the really nice expansion opportunities over here. But mermaids can keep starting here, it's fine. Cultist starting here is also, I think, fine in matchups where you're pretty sure you're going to get this connection hex, but again, mermaids taking this hex still kind of baffles me. Like, it did let them reach these hexes off of only 2 shipping, but like, if mermaids just cut cultist off, mermaids have so many more network points here at the end of the game. So like, I think that's just a mistake as well, but oh well. Us getting down to 14 network is really good here though, because mermaids and cultists are both also getting to 14 network. And so yeah, that's really nice. Mermaids did get to 4 ship admittedly by the end of the game, so maybe passing first for that tile was right, but they still just don't have anywhere near enough points here. Given that mermaids, cultists, and I are all tying for network, and chaos just doesn't have network points, we've like crushed this game. It looks like we're just quite ahead of everybody else. Oh, mermaids take a ship town, so they're hitting 5 ship though. Okay, well, that makes sense. We build our free dwelling and we get out of the round with exactly what we need. We did pay 1. I did wind up paying 1 too many points, or maybe 2 points even, depending on how it worked out. So that was sloppy of me, but oh well. Hey buddy, I know we're almost done. Can you sit down and just stay? Yeah, just stay for a couple more minutes. Yeah, good boy. Yeah, this was a sweet game here. It kind of looks like some of the other Witches games we've played, but I mean, so the crazy thing here too is, right, like, we're tying everybody else's network despite being trapped on the east, like I said, and it's purely because we got on so many of our own natural color hexes early. We were able to we used the spade tile on 2 of these hexes, but we hard dug 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. By going for that worker heavy approach and just keeping lots of workers going all game, we were able to afford 5 hard digs and still build our network up to network 14, which let us just save all of our power for coins actions or bridges. Like, oh, actually I lied. We didn't hard dig all the time. We did actually spade one. We did single spade this hex the one time, I think. And then we got called spades, which helped a lot. So we did use a variety of spade methods, but the building up the big worker economy and just using workers to dig is totally fine. As long as you get a lot of worker production early, hard digging is okay in this game. I think we a lot of times teach people to never hard dig, and it causes them to like literally just never, and it's kind of messes them up a bit, but it's okay. Anyhow, ending the game at 132 points, always really good. Mermaids are going to pass for 15, so I mean, they're going to be at 109. Cultists will get up to maybe over 100. Chaos will be just a little over 100, but we're going to have like a 30-point lead going into endgame scoring, and then we have tied network plus 10 cult points at least, so think that's pretty winning. Um, I'm not even sure at this point if it's not clear to me if any of our opponents are even breaking like 140, and we're going to be in the mid 150s, I think. Yeah, maybe not 150, are we? No, yeah, we're in the mid 50s. So I think we've won by possibly like 20ish points even here. I think Mermaid's main mistake this game is just kind of starting spots and how they expanded. I think Chaos's main mistake might also just be lack of expansion quick enough. Um, don't totally know. Chaos at least hit the network well, but or not network. They hit the cults well, but maybe they needed to be better on pastime. I don't totally know actually. I mean, I think Chaos did a reasonable game, but and then Cultists, I think Cultists' main mistake this game was still just not building their economy more early. I think this double dig is really quite costly early when you could just be building more dwellings. I think not shipping and leveraging all these hexes earlier so they could have just hard dug some more. I think Cultists largely fell or were unable to take coin power actions too. I could be wrong on that. Cultist also got Water 1 blocked, which was a bit painful for their game plan. I don't know though. They still had a pretty good game here though too. I think they might be second because I think their cults will let them catch up to Mermaids, but we'll see. Chaos look like they might be last here though because we all have 12 more points than we're showing due to network. So I mean Chaos has better cults by quite a bit, but they have quite a few points to make up given these guys are already ahead and they each have 12 points on him due to network. So we'll look at the post-game breakdown of this game just a little bit as we usually do, and then yeah, I should run off and actually have dinner and all that stuff. But I was glad to get another stream in today here, and glad for everybody who's dropped in and like is chatting and just looking. It's pretty cool that you guys are all watching, or at least some of you are half tuned in or whatever. It's more viewers than I expected to be having streaming, honestly. So it's been fun to do this stuff. Chaos Magicians are kind of thinking here at the end. I'm not totally sure what they're thinking about. It looks like they could just advance dig for 6 points. I'm not sure there's much else they can do. Oh, they could hard dig and build this hex and then maybe build one more. Not sure. It does look like Chaos maybe made a mistake by digging and building here when they could have taken this hex and then it had 3 hexes to get to. So it does look like that might be a bit of an error. I guess that maybe is Chaos Magician's biggest error. They're so close here to being able to take this hex, and then they have 3 hexes to build on, which takes them to 14 network, and they would just need to build a trading post and 3 dwellings in order to tie everybody at network. That's a lot of points that they're not getting. And instead they're taking favor tiles. I suspect this is wrong. They can only take air 1 here and fire 3. This is definitely wrong. So the temple cost is literally the cost of advancing dig minus the priest, and taking the priest, or just spending the priest on advancing dig has to be better than what just happened here. So I think they just threw away a point or two by taking air 1. So it's all right, but it wasn't, I don't think it was correct. But oh, this was a good game. Just thanking all these guys for being patient with me when I had that internet problem right at the end of bidding. That was nice of them to... I don't even think I went that far over the timer, but I definitely took a timer penalty. So it was nice for none of them to be too uppity or try to kick me or anything. So I do appreciate that from these opponents. I might be wrong about Chaos having last. Mermaids had way fewer call points than I thought. As in, like, none, I guess. So... it does look like we're winning the game by nearly 20 points, as I kind of guessed. Cultists do have a nice second at least. We're nearly 30 points ahead of the... Well, not... I guess whatever. We're 17-ish ahead here and 25-ish ahead of the others or something, but yeah, this is a nice win for us here. It does look like bidding cultists early was correct. Cultists still had a pretty good game, and I think they quite possibly mismanaged a lot of what they could do. Ooh, we gained 17. That's fun. I'm not used to gaining much for wins anymore, given my recent normal ELO stuff, but everybody's elite ranking resets at the start of each season, so it's a little easier to move up. And we're up to 14th again, at least, so we've erased our yesterday woes. We did take a timer penalty there, as expected, but it was a sweet game. Nice win. Finally, just looking at the breakdown. Holy crap, yeah, it was a long game from us. Long game from Vakosh too, but yeah, we were slow here, but oh well. Just looking at the breakdown, we took a bridge. Other people took some bridge. That really stands out to me. Chaos had to take 4 times the worker's power action. Taking the worker's power action is one of the least efficient power actions of the game because it tends to be easy to get lots of dwellings out, so failing to do that looks iffy. We got a nice number of coins. Mermaids actually got a lot of coins this game and did not translate it into much. Mermaids also had dug a lot rather than doing any hard digging. We were able to just obviously do lots of hard digging. Still got a lot of coins, although our opponents actually all got more coins than us too, which is kind of funny to note. But we collected so many more workers. Oh, not that many more workers than our opponent though. But we collected a lot of workers, which let us do some hard digs, which was nice for us. And then we hit the rounds very well this game. We built our temple in the temple round. We did some digging in the dig round. We got all of our trading posts out. We built both big buildings in the final round. So our game plan really fit the track very nicely. We got a 15-point water 1. It's not a lot, but you know our opponents have lots more favor points. But our combination of scoring, favor, and bonus cards here worked out pretty well for us, although mermaids and others actually hit the bonus tiles really well also. But we got pretty high victory point towns on the net. We tied network. We did okay on cults. We have our inherent victory points, and then yeah, we just had a nice victory point edge. It was 6 points over chaos, 11 on mermaids. Looks like mermaids maybe was bid too much. I think cultists could have had quite a lot more going for them, but maybe jumping to witches sooner was still the right play. We got a lot of leech too, which is part of why we had a good game. Cultists did score nearly as many points as us though, so it might just be that cultists were slightly overbid, mermaids were slightly under, or witches were slightly underbid, but ultimately jumping to witches I think was the right move here. I somewhat apologize that it's only witches games on this streams at times, but while everybody continues to give me the ability to win with witches, it's hard for me to turn it down. So anyhow, that was a fun game. Thanks all for tuning in. I'm gonna head off and actually get my dog the dinner he deserves and eat myself and whatever, but I'll see you all around later.